Let's see what we think of this one.
Everyone needs to start more bands immediately. I don't give a fuck what kind of bands they are. Every single person in Iowa should be in a band.
Every person in Iowa should start a band.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It's a lot of bands.
I'm a music consumer, not a music creator, really. Or I mean, I've tried a little bit, but
you're at least a bit of a hobbyist at the very least.
I am a hobbyist. I have a guitar and I have some synthesizers. So I guess if anyone wants to start a band, then reach out to me. And I don't know. I guess what I miss is the collaboration aspect. Like, it's kind of hard to motivate yourself when you're just completely I don't have a musician community. I mean, I don't know. I know musicians, obviously, but
right. Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of times, I guess, I was talking, went to see the Haploid show, and Kaylee, the lead singer, was telling me that her and her sister, who's a drummer, basically just started in another band just because they lived together and they both played instruments, and it was just it just happened, you know. And it seems like that's true for a lot of people too, or how a lot of bands start.
Yeah, just convenience.
Yeah, or just being in proximity, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm a musician. Obviously, I put out a bunch of shit. I try to make people listen to music that I make. But I find it so difficult to arrange practice time with other people.
Right.
So I become increasingly a solo artist.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
And also the people I make music with move across the country a lot. So
right. Yeah.
So I stop working with them frequently.
Yeah. That's another downside of living in a college town.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And also a good reason to follow the advice of our caller. Everyone in Iowa should start a band.
Right.
So keep in mind.
Any other states, if you listen to this and you live in a different state, then we don't want to hear it. We want another artist to top Slipknot. This is what we want.
Oh, yeah. I can't afford to start another band with someone that lives in another state. I just can't. I don't have the time to make that work anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Missouri's got Chapel Roan now. We need an Iowa-bred pop star too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the population of Iowa is 3 million, right? So, this is a good question. What constitutes a band in your mind? Because I don't think one person is a band. Are two people a band?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some great two-people bands. Another Battles. That's one of my favorite bands that is still together, and they start out with 5 or 6 members, and they have just slowly, they haven't added anyone. They just lost people, and it's just down to the drummer and Ian Williams, who plays guitar and does loops and keyboards and stuff.
Yeah.
But they flesh out their whole sound just because it's all based on loops and stuff. So it's all live generated.
Does that remind you of any other projects that started out with 4 or 5 people and now are mostly just 2 people?
Yeah, there's a couple. I can think of Liars is another band that I really like. It's probably fairly obscure. But they started out with a full band and then just went down to the 2 main creative writers.
Yeah.
And then actually they went down to 1 member and he kept the same name. It wasn't they broke up. It was the other guy was I don't want to do this anymore, but you can still use the name.
Yeah. I was referring to us.
Oh, fuck. We're not a band.
No. Well, I said a project that started out with 4 or 5 people, and now it's mostly just 2.
Yeah, it went right over my head.
No, I like that you gave a sincere answer of another band.